Hello and welcome. Today we are going to simplify surds. Now before we simplify surds, we need to know few things. First thing, you need to know the square numbers. The square numbers are 1 square, 2 square, 3 square, etc. etc. As an actual number, the the square numbers are 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, etc. etc. Okay. The second thing you need to know is laws of surds. Now, square root of AB is equal to square root of A times square root of B. Likewise, the second one is square root of A square is just A. So we need to know these two laws. Okay, we start with the question. Write the following surds in the simplest form. Now, okay, I have square root of 98. So what I have to do is, I need to write 98 as a product of two numbers in which one of them is a square number. So I have to write 98 as a product of two numbers. One of them is a square number. If I take 2 here, then of course the other factor is 49. That 49 is a square number. So we are happy with that. So now I'm going to rewrite the question as square root of 98 as square root of 49 times 2. First I rewrite the question. Then I know square root of AB is square root of A times square root of B. We are looking at this area. Square root of A times square root of B. We are using that. So that could be written as square root of 49 times square root of 2. Now we know square root of 49 is obviously 7. So we are going to use that. So we have to write 7 times root 2. Of course 7 times root 2 can be simply written as 7 root 2. So therefore your answer is square root of 98 in simplest form is 7 root 2. So this is your final answer. Okay, this is your final answer. Now same with square root of 1000, we are going to write it as again the same procedure. So I'm just going to rewrite the question a little below so that you have enough room. So your question is B equal to square root of 1000. So that obviously we are going to write 1000 as a product of two numbers and one of them is a square number. So the square number that goes into 1000 is 100 times. So you can write 1000 as 100 times 10. So the same thing, you write this as 100 times 10. Using the law again, square root of AB is square root of A times square root of B. If I use that, that could be written as square root of 100 times square root of 10. And of course square root of 100 is 10 times root 10. That could be written as 10 root 10. So this 100 is a square number. This is a square number which is 10 square. Okay. Now we do another question. Now we have square root of 72. The usual rule is we write 72 as a product of two numbers. One of them is a square number. Sometimes people write this as 9 and 8. There is nothing wrong in it. If I use this method, this is nothing but 3 square. Now, that 8, you can still write 8 as 4 times 2. That 4 is another square number. So, that sometimes people just write this as, 9 times 8 and do that sort of thing. So, we have to take the highest possible square number. So, that means, obviously, we are going to write 72 as 36 and 2. Okay, this is not right. You have to do like another extra procedure. But I think we have to just use this one, 72 as 36 times 2. So that means this is going to be written as 36 times 2, which is square root of 36 times square root of 2. Square root of 36 is 6 times square root of 2, and that could be written as 6 root 2. Okay, now we do one more. In this question, you have a number as well in front. So we just initially, we're going to ignore the number. We are going to write only 405. So again, 405, the surd component, write them as a product of two numbers. One of them should be a square number. Obviously, 5 goes into 405 81 times. So this 81 is a square number. So we are going to choose 405 as, we're going to write 405 as 5 times 81. So this I'm going to rewrite the question as 8 and square root of 405 as 81 times 5. Okay, now the next line, the 8 is still there. This I'm going to use bracket because it involves two numbers, 81 times root 5. Now next line, 8 times root of 81 is 9 times root 5. So this, this is actually a times hidden here, so it's 8 times 9 root 5. So when you do, you're multiplying the numbers only, which is the number 8 times 9 is 72, and then square root of 5. Just remember, like algebra, if you have 8 times 9x, we say 72x. So just think of like algebra stuff, you'll be fine. So 8 root 405